Program, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can start, sir. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, start, sir.
Yes. Good evening, one and all present here. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all for this orientation program on pattern search and drafting organized by RIT Research Council, IIC and ISTE. I welcome our resource persons, Mr. G. Prabhuram, Senior Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, and Mr. R. Arun Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, RIT. We strongly hope that your valuable information about pattern search and drafting will definitely help us for drafting and filing patterns. I welcome Prabhuram sir and Mr. R. Arun Kumar sir.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I hand over the sessions to you, sir. Prabhuram sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, I hope the screen is visible. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, respected principal and vice principal in their absence, I have to thank personally the RIT Research Council and RIT IST Faculty Chapter and RIT Institute Innovation Council for providing this wonderful opportunity to share their thoughts about the patent. I take this as a privilege. What else we know about in a patent, having a platform to share the information to all of us. Okay, I like to welcome one of my colleague, Mr. Arun Kumar, also, by which we made this learning as a teamwork. So, to start with, myself and Mr. Arun Kumar sir has been, and one of other member, Mr. Sandana Mardhamandiana, has been certified from a WIPO, so which is nothing but a World Intellectual Property Organization. We have been done courses from WIPO, so where the entire intellectual properties sections and rules and regulations has been came out. The today's topic which is given to me was patent searching. We obviously know that before drafting a patent, searching a patent, whether the work which has been done by me was patentable or not. That is the biggest work. I take the same option what we do for our journal publication. We'll be doing some literature work. What the other researchers has been done. What is the difference between the other researchers? What we have been done. Similar to that of a thing, we have been innovated a new idea, a new component, a new working model. So how far it is unique and how far it is innovative when compared to the already existing one. That is very, very important. So drafting comes in the second part, but before drafting, we have to search whether the patent is available or not. So the time duration which has been given to both of us is very minimum of time. Even though in this minimum of time, what else can be done would be given as an input to you. Okay. So before drafting, definitely we need to search, because it is an evidence whether it is been published or unpublished or currently used or discontinued. So whenever we want to go for an answer, internet is a greatest platform to perform it. So there are many ways. So what is the main advantage whenever I was going for searching the patent? I can go with the paid patent database or I can go with the free patent database. So what is the advantage? So when I go for a searching before drafting a patent, it saves me the cost. It increases the chances of getting a patent, improves the quality of a drafting, analyze patentable and non-patentable features, use prior art reference in the application. These are the few applications which will be with me whenever I'm going for searching a patent. Okay, I have been classified this into two databases. So you can see here I'm having two databases. One is a paid patent and another thing is a free patent database. Okay, so first let me go with the paid patent database. since I'm going to make more stress on this free pattern database, which is enough for us. So if you want to be very unique, and if you're working in any company, the company may prefer this paid pattern database in order to come with the result in a very quick manner. The difference between this free pattern database and paid pattern database is this people have a all enormous amount of a patent which has been applied, which has been granted, which has been disqualified, all the thing they have. But free pattern database have only limited to the thing. Okay, so just I'm giving an introduction about what are the various paid pattern database available. So one of the most important thing is Thomson Innovation. Now it has been converted into Dernet Innovations, Crystal Orbit, STNinternational.de, sequencing searching blast. Yes, I have to touch into this two. One is PubChem and ChemSpider. So this PubChem and this ChemSpider, this both are used for chemical structure people. For example, if there is any people from chemistry, this particular content is very much useful for them. So before I go for any pattern drafting, I may use this particular pattern database search, and I can use this. So this was a limited paid pattern database, but I want to emphasize more on a free pattern database. So here I have listed very few free pattern database search engines. The topmost I can say is UPSTO, which is nothing but United States Patent and Trademark Office. eSpaceNet. So it is also one of the very important patent search website. And you can go for PatentScope. So PatentScope is given by WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. And there is another thing, it's called as freepatentsonline.com. And then very importantly, most preferably everybody know about this, which is nothing but a Google patent search. And very importantly, which is nothing but Indian Patent Advanced Search System, which is nothing but INPAS. So today we are going to look into this particular two free search engines, how to search a patent. Let me tell you an example. For example, I'm going to write a journal paper. If I go and Google it in the Google, I have plenty of researches. For example, if I simply go and give a e-bike, electrical bike, I may have plenty of documents available. For example, let us say 10 lakh documents are available for me. But I want to short it out. So Google and the facilities irukku, but nama adu yarume use pandradilla. So Google search engine le pathinga appadina to refine my searching, there are plenty of options are available. அது ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா, you may heard about arithmetic logical operation and or not. In the and or not with some special characters, which is nothing but a semicolon. So இந்த இருக்கக்கூடிய விஷயங்களை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணாலே போதும், நம்ம சாதாரண கூகுள் சர்ச் இன்ஜின்லையும் நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, we can search very unique data. For example, previously I searched electrical vehicle for a database of 1 lakh searches. If I want any specific using, for example, if I can make it as a EV, electrical vehicle, using a type of a battery, if I confine my search, the search number of searches may come to 50,000. Then I can use a keyword. So that is very, very important. Okay, before I get into this Google patent and this INPAS, I want to tell you a few things about it. Yes. So keywords are a magical word in searching. So I hope you all know about a keyword. Whenever we are writing a research article, so keyword will help us to search the particular paper. So similarly, let us take an example. You have been made on invention. You have made on invention. You have to list out some synonyms and antonyms for the work what you have been done. So here I have taken one example to search with. I am taking one example is a mining robot. So 4 years or 1 year before there was a big risk. So borewell, many of the very small child, we need a plenty of time to dig nearby, and we have to take the child. Okay, so in the 1 year before the mining robot everybody came out with an idea. For example, ஒரு ரோபோட் ஆம் கணக்கா உள்ள அனுப்பி குழந்தைய கேட்ச் பண்ணிட்டு we can take it out. So this was the concept. So now I'm going to this as an example. இது ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளா நான் எடுத்துக்கிட போறேன். இதை எக்ஸாம்பிளா எடுத்துட்டு இந்த விஷயத்துக்கு நம்ம எப்படி how we can search with the help of a Google pattern and how we can search with the help of a InPass அப்படிங்கறத ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளா நான் இப்ப சொல்ல போறேன் நான். Okay. So pre-art search is important to determine whether the invention is entitled to a patent, whether that particular idea is patentable or not அப்படிங்கறத கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு நான் சர்ச் பண்ணாதான் என்னால கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். So it decides whether the invention is patentable or not. So let us search. Okay, to start with let me go with the Google patents. So simply you can type it over. So this is how your main page of your Google patent comes over here. So this is updated periodically. To check the updation, you can just go and pick over here. So you can see a certain thing around the world. If you go and pick here, you can see these all things are countries' name in a short letter, which is nothing but a patent office. You can see China, Japan, US, Europe, Korea, many. So this W is nothing but a WIPO. So WIPO's database is also available. Indian database is also available here. So this database in Google patent is available from the year 1790 up to currently 2020. So you can see here the total grant which has been available since all these countries. It is around 1,16,83,322 grants has been applied. So for example, application, you can see the application is around 61,94,694, which is from 2001. So this is one information which I can add with the searching application. So whenever we go and cross check it, definitely a country's data will be increased over here. Okay, this is one important thing what I can say. So here I'm going to do, as I told earlier, I'm going to check whether a mining robot is available or not. Okay, so for which I am going to give it as a mining robot. So see here, so simply if I give a mining robot alone, you can see I'm having around 54,433 patents are available. Okay, so the biggest task for an inventor is to short out. For example, I have made a device which can go inside the bore well and you can capture the child and you can take up the child. So that's my invention. So அந்த இன்வென்ஷன் இருக்கா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு நான் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணா I'm going for a search. So I hope you know about what is mining. So mining is nothing but a digging. So தோன்றது மண்ணை தோண்டிக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறது தான். ஸோ அதில் நான் ஒரு ரோபோட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் you can see many things over here. Let me come one by one. For example, நீங்க உங்க இன்வென்ஷனை வந்து எங்க where you are going to apply. Whether you are going to apply for US, you are going to apply for Europe, Japan, Korea. So one best advice is wherever you are going to apply, let us try to have a search around that. Because உங்களுக்கு தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், patent is nothing but available for a territorial region. For example, if I apply for a patent and if I get a patent in India, that particular patent is not eligible outside India. If I want to go for that, I can go for PCT, or otherwise I can apply patent in individual country. For example, an Indian person can apply a patent in Australia. For example, Australia la ஒரு problem statement நிவர்த்தி பண்றதுக்கு I have find out an innovative idea. I can apply a patent in Australia. So there is no restrictions over that. So in the search engine நான் கன்ஃபைன் பண்றதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணலாம், I can do it. For example, எனக்கு வந்து grant ஆன application மட்டும் தான் எனக்கு வேணும்னு நினைச்சேன் அப்படின்னா, if I choose grant alone, you can see here now the results has been reduced down to 19,320. Okay, so type of an application, whether it is a patent or a design. So I'm going to go for a patent. So I hope you know what is the difference between patent and design. So I want to go for only patent alone. So I have only 19,000. So liquidation, I have no related liquidation. I doesn't have any issue in it. And if possibly you want to go with the date and time, if you give here, definitely the number of results will be cut off down. சார் எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் தெரியாது சார், எனக்கு எந்த ஆஃபீஸில் அப்ளை பண்ண போகிறேன், என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன், எனக்கு எதுவுமே தெரியாது. பட் ஐ வாண்ட் டு சர்ச் அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் நினச்சிங்க அப்படின்னா, ஐ வில் டெல் யூ ஒன் பெஸ்ட் ஐடியா. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இதுக்கு பதிலாக நான் என்ன பண்ண போகிறேன்னா, I'm going for a soil shifting machine. So I hope you know that meaning of a soil shifting. Soil shifting is நான் எதாவது கன்சிடர் பண்றேன்னா, I'm considering a synonym of digging. தோன்றதுக்கு பதிலாக நான் soil shifting அப்படின்னு என்ன பண்ணிக்கிறேன், நான் வச்சுக்கிறேன். Digging அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு என்ன இருக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, see here I'm having 1,35,828 result. ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்னா, சிம்பிளா இந்த 3 வேர்டையும் தனித்தனியா டைப் பண்ணிருக்கேன். பட் எனக்கு அப்படி தேவையில்ல. ஸோ எனக்கு வந்து எனக்கு என்ன எப்படி வேணும் அப்படின்னா, you just give it to I'm giving this particular symbol, and if I go for a search, you can see I'm having only 275 results. ஸோ அப்போ என்ன பண்ணிருக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, இதுக்கு ப்ரீவியஸா என்ன நடந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னா, பிஃபோர் ஐ கிவ் திஸ் பர்டிகுலர் செமிகோலன், சாரி இட் இஸ் நாட் அ செமிகோலன், இட் இஸ் அ டபுள் அப்போஸ்ட்ரோஃபிஸ். ஸோ இந்த இது கொடுக்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடி அதை என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, வேர்ல்ட் ஓவர் wherever there is a world having a soil or a shifting or a machine, இந்த 3 வார்த்தை எங்க தனித்தனியா இருந்தாலும் அந்த பேட்டன்ட்டையும் அதை என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா எனக்கு சர்ச் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். That is the reason why I had more than a 1 lakh patent. See, I can show you the difference. See, I have given separately soil shifting machine. I had 1,35,828 results. But after I'm giving a symbol, you can see the difference what is happening here. So I'm having a 275 results. So if I still trying to confine it, I can use the arithmetic operation. For example, நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்னேன் and or not. So இங்க நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன் அப்படின்னா, I'm going to use a not operation. இதுல எது எனக்கு தேவையில்லை அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, soil removing அப்படிங்கிறது எனக்கு வேண்டாம். Sorry. Doesn't need soil removing. So I doesn't need, for example, எனக்கு soil shifting machine இருக்கணும், ஆனா அது soil remove பண்ணக்கூடாது. அது என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, it has to get inside and it has to take over the particular இதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், for example, I can give a R. You can see the number of searches, results, and I can give AND operation. So there is no change in AND or not. I am not having any relation over here. So this is how I can unique my search in case of a Google pattern. So இது போக நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், இது போக I need only the status is granted அப்படின்னு கொடுத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, out of 461 search, only 162 patent has been granted. So நான் அந்த 162 patentல என்னுடைய இன்வென்டிவ் ஐடியா இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிறத நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம், செக் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் என்ன பண்றேன், ஐ எம் பிக்கிங் ஒன் பர்டிகுலர் பேட்டர்ன். ஸோ ஒரு பேட்டன்ட்டை போய் நான் செக் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா அது என்னென்ன டீடைல்ஸ் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, this is called a patent number. You can see here this is a patent number US 102. It is from United States. You can relate it when it has been applied and when it has been granted அப்படிங்கிற டீடைல், இதோட இன்வென்டர் யாரு அப்படிங்கிற டீடைல். ஸோ எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் அவைலபிள் whenever you pick up. So once you go this inside this Google pattern, you can see what are the content available for a single pattern. ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம், நம்ம எப்படி ஒரு ஜர்னல் ஆர்டிக்கிளுக்கு வந்து அப்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் எழுதுவோமோ, we need abstract. How we write a literature review, we need a literature review. How we write a claim, for example, this is the work done by me அப்படின்னு நம்ம எழுதுவோம். So likewise we need a claim over here. Okay, so this is what by which we can do it for with the help of a Google patent. So still, if you want to still confirm, I need only the patent which has been granted from India alone. அப்படின்னு நீங்க நினைச்சீங்க அப்படின்னா you can go and you can search, you can confine your search. Sorry. And I forgot about one very important thing. Let me go with the same thing. So there is one term called, we call it as a international patent specification. Okay, அப்படின்னா என்னங்கற சொல்றேன் சார். For example, you know about the meaning of synonym. For example, இந்த mining robotக்கு பதிலா I can search for the other keyword. இல்ல சார் keyword வேண்டாம் அப்படி நம்ம நினைச்சோம் அப்படின்னா we can go for we call it as a IPC. You can see one number here. சார் இது என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is called as a we call it as a IPC, International Patent Specification அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Let me tell you what is it. ஸோ இது எங்க பார்க்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா விப்போ வெப்சைட்ல மட்டும்தான் இந்த இன்டர்நேஷனல் பேட்டன்ட் ஸ்பெசிஃபிகேஷன் எல்லாமே, ஆர் வி கேன் கால் இட் அஸ் இன்டர்நேஷனல் பேட்டன்ட் கிளாசிஃபிகேஷன். ஸோ இந்த கிளாசிஃபிகேஷனை இந்த வகையில பிரிச்சிருக்காங்க சார். நீங்க இதுலயும் போய் என்ன பண்ணலாம், யூ கேன் சர்ச் இட். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், பீயிங் a மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியர், if I want to check any classification, simply I can pick here. You can see if my work is related to engine or a pump, I can give the particular number as F10B, F01C, F01D. For example, if my work is related to fluid mechanics, if my work is related to combustion engines, if my work is related to steam generation, if my work is related to refrigeration, you can simply specify a particular number. For example, I have made innovation in refrigeration. So I can simply give this particular number alone. So if I give this particular number, that definitely the research can be confined. So let me show you here. For example, a refrigerator. Okay. If I automatically give a refrigerator, you can see automatically I can have that particular thing. You can see here A01B1, A01B1 022. A01. So if you want to go and see here, you can see here A01. Okay, so 25B, which comes for this refrigerator. So likewise also we can search. So இப்படி நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னா கூகுள் பேட்டன்ட்ல என்னுடைய கிளாசிஃபிகேஷன் என்ன அப்படிங்கறத நான் சர்ச் பண்ண முடியும். I can search what is the classification. Let me show you for others. For example, if I was working in a chemistry, or if I am working in electrical, so see here I am having plenty of basic electrical elements, electric communication technique. So இந்த நம்பரை வச்சு என்னால என்ன பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னா I can search the pattern also. So this is how we can confine a particular search in a Google pattern. So similarly, there is another thing which is called as the INPAS, which is nothing but the Indian Patent Advanced Search System. So for which we have to go to so you can go for ipindia.nic.in. I'm directly going to the home page of India. So in which this is the home page of Indian Patent Office. So here patent, design, trademark, geographical indication, everything is available. So if you want to search for the patent in India, whether it is available or not, you kindly go for here. The right hand side, you'll be having one thing called as a public search. You simply pick over here. Okay, above which in this public search, I want to search for a patent, trademark, a design, or electronic register for a patent agent. So here I want to take it for a patent. So it will take you to the new external website. So this is how the patent search in Indian Patent Office will be look like. Okay. So here you can see about patent e-register. You can look the patent application status. I think Mr. Arun Kumar sir will be starting from here. So here I want to go with the same thing. So here, if you want to search a patent, for example, நான் ஒரு patent search பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா அதை என்னென்ன வச்சுலாம் நான் search பண்ணுங்கிற இவ்வளோ டீடைல்ஸ் இருக்கு. For example, I can search with the title, I can search with the abstract, I can search with the complete specification. If I know the application number, if I know the publication number, if I know the patent name, if I know the applicant name, if I know the applicant country, if I know the application address, if I know the inventor name, if I know the inventor country, inventor address, filing office, international patent classification, PCT application. So if I know all these things, I can go for the search. இல்ல சார் எனக்கு இது எதுவுமே தெரியாது, I doesn't know all those things, I know only the keywords அப்படின்னு மட்டும் நினைச்சீங்க அப்படின்னா you can simply search the keywords. And if you need to search within India, you can search within India. If you want to search with different office also, you can search. The first thing you have to look into is whether you need a published patent or you need to search a granted patent. That is very, very important. You either click this or you can click this. Okay, so now I'm going to, for a change, I'm going to click the published data. I'm going to give the same title here. I'm going to give the same title here. Soil. I'm going to give the same over here. I'm sorry. Soil shifting machine. Okay. And afterwards, I have to come over here and I have to give a. So see here, I have directly 12 results. So simply I have given soil shifting machine. That is what. So அது எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணிருக்குன்னா சாயில்ங்கிற வார்த்தையை தனியா, ஷிஃப்டிங்கிற வார்த்தை தனியா, மிஷின் அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தையை என்ன பண்ணிருக்குன்னா தனித்தனியா எனக்கு சர்ச் பண்ணிருக்கு. நோ, திஸ் இஸ் நாட் மை ஒர்க். நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன், இந்த 12 வாசிச்சு பார்த்துட்டேன். இந்த 12 if I go through all those 12 patterns, it is not even related to my work. So if it is not related to your work, you can go back here. You can go back. Again, you can change the title. For example, I'm giving the same title which we have given earlier. We can go for a mining robot. Okay, I'm going for mining robot. I have to give the captcha again. AQAB0. It is 0. See, I'm having 914 results. See here. So here you can highlight the word. See, it is searching mining separately, robot separately. So what happens here? If there is a word in mining, it gives a pattern to you. If there is a robot in a pattern name, it gives to you. So these are available in particular title. Okay. So if you want to search confine, you can go in a abstract. For example, abstract la na enna pandren appadina, I'm giving it as a soil shifting machine. Okay. So abstract la enna agum appadina, it has to have this particular word. So DII0A. Here, now the number of searches of the pattern is being reduced because of the keyword. Again, I can confine my search. See here, I'm going to search by the way of, I'm going to see the filing office. I'm going to give it as a Chennai. Chennai. This is OVO. See, I have 34 patterns. So this is how we have to search with the help of your INPAS, Indian Patent Advanced Search System. So one thing you want to be very careful, you have to choose a proper keywords. நீங்க எப்படி உங்களுடைய ஜர்னல் பேப்பருக்கு வந்து நீங்க கீவேர்ட்ஸ் சூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்களோ அதே மாதிரி இதுக்கும் நீங்க என்ன பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கும் அப்படின்னா you have to choose a proper keywords. Okay. So along with this, see here, you are having the logical operator in the right hand side. For example, mining robot, I have given and. So it may be mining robot or soil shifting. அதாவது எனக்கு மைனிங் ரோபோட்டா இருக்கலாம் இல்ல சாயில் ஷிஃப்டிங் மிஷினா இருக்கலாம். ஸோ இதுக்கு என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா the search number will be differ from what we have been done previously. that is only because of that logical operator. I can use and or not. So previously in Google patent, we have to give either and or not or அப்படிங்கிறத என்ன பண்ணணும், I have to give. இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன் அப்படின்னா, மைனிங் ரோபோட்டாவும் இருக்கலாம், இல்லை சாயில் ஷிஃப்டிங் மிஷினாகவும் இருக்கலாம். அப்போ எனக்கு என்ன பண்ணியிருக்குன்னா, மைனிங் ரோபோட் பேரில் இருந்தாலும் ரைட்டு, இல்லை சாயில் ஷிஃப்டிங் மிஷினாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, இதில் எத்தனை வார்த்தை இருக்கோ அத்தனை வார்த்தைக்கும் அது என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா, it will give the pattern search for me. For example, இதே இதை நான் என்ன பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, let me search in other way. I'm giving it as not. So it should be only mining robot, not soil shifting machine. If I give it like that, you see the difference. R28P7. See, a total search would be 362. So the very important thing in a pattern search is nothing but the keywords. That is what I have been given in my presentation also. So keywords are the magical words in searching. So wherever, if you want to go for a paid pattern search, or if you want to go for a free pattern search, if you are doing any innovation, it may be related to electrical, it may be related to electronics, it may be related to civil engineering, or it may be related to chemistry, physics, whatever may be. For example, you are deriving a equation in a shorter term, that can be pattern. But in India, we are not having opportunity for programming. So in India, the computer science program cannot be patented, but it can be copyrighted. Okay, so I hope I have given a few spark in searching patterns. I hope I have completed in the given time. So if any doubts and if you're having, we can discuss at the end of our session. Okay. Thanks for the opportunity, Mr. Chokling sir, Dr. Sokumar sir. Thank you very much. Arun sir, are you there?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir? Whether my voice is clear?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, thank you for program, sir. Thank you for your presentation. So before starting, once again, I would like to give a small thank to all the faculty members who made us or who enabled us to share what we have learned in patents for the past 3 years. And before starting my presentation, I just want to make a quote that we are not expert in this. So we are just sharing what we have learned. And what we are going to share is that it is not 100% perfect, but still I can give an assurance that in these 3 years, we have learned something. And when we compared our drafting with the first patent to the 6th patent, there is a somewhat a better clarity. So what I'm going to do now is that I'll be presenting a patent draft, which we have drafted on our own. And based on that, I'm going to give input how a patent draft should be. Okay, so before commencing, I just want to add few things, sir. So for example, if I'm going to file a patent in patent office, so whether they will be directly considering my application or not. So it is not like that they'll be directly considering my application, sir. So they'll be considering few criterias whether the patent has to be processed or not. So for processing or to consider the patent application, there are few criteria in which our patent application has to meet out, sir. I'll just list out what are all those criteria. First one is that our patent must not violate any natural laws. For example, a free energy. So we know that energy can be converted from one form to another form. If I'm going to claim an invention, right, my invention will be generating energy on its own without any conversion. Or we all know that there will be some loss in energy if there is a conversion. If I'm going to claim that, if I'm going to convert my energy from one form to another form without any loss or with a better efficiency, that is a more than 100% efficiency, I can convert an energy. So in that way, it is going to violate a natural law. So that won't be considered for processing. And second one is a discovery cannot be an invention. So if I'm going to file a patent for a discovered one, so for example, say we all know that if any existing thing is there in the world, and if I have found a new thing, for example, I'm having a walk in Western Ghats, So I have found a plant which is which is enabling healing this COVID-19. So I cannot claim that. So just by eating that leaves, we all will be getting a self-immune system, or our immune system will be developing to fight against COVID-19. If I'm going to claim I have found a leaf which fights against COVID-19, then I cannot claim that it is my invention, because it is already existing by nature and I have just discovered that leaf. I haven't invented anything. So that is the second criteria which cannot be considered for patent. And third one is an admixture. And admixture in the sense means, for example, you can consider a composite material. So in a composite material, we'll be having a mixture of different types of components or different types of material. So we'll be mixing together at various composition or at various concentration, and we'll be coming up with a new component. So I cannot claim that this is a new invention which I have made for this particular application. It is not applicable for processing, because I have just made an admixture. So it cannot be considered for a patent processing. And next one is any method of agriculture or horticulture or medical treatment. It cannot be considered for patenting. So because all these are methods which meet out the basic requirement of a human being. Because as we discussed in our earlier webinar, that is introduction to IPR, I have told that, for example, consider a treatment of cancer, a method of treatment of cancer. It cannot be considered as a patent, because if I have found a method of curing a cancer cell, and if I'm going to claim that I have found an invention, and if I'm going to hold that patent, means definitely it is going to affect the rest of the people in this world, because I'll be fixing the price for the treatment, and I'll be claiming royalty for each and every hospital, those who are going to follow my treatment. So in that way, it cannot be considered for patent processing. And next one is a plant and animal varieties. If for example, we all know about the modified, that is a modified seed. So in the marabanu மாற்றப்பட்ட விதைகள் அப்படினா கொண்டு வராங்க சார். For example, in the BT brinjal, BT கத்திரிக்காய்னு சொல்றோம். So marabanu மாற்றப்பட்ட இந்த விதைகள். So all these steps cannot be patentable. It can be categorized under a plant and animal varieties. That is a separate form of intellectual property. In that way, we can file an IP rights related to this plant and animal varieties. And next one is, we cannot patent any business method or computer program. So as earlier told by programs, a computer program can be written in a document form, and it can be applied for copyright. It cannot be applied for a patent. So these are all few things which cannot be considered for even processing this patent application. So if I'm going to file a patent, the IP office will be checking whether these criteria are met out. If any criteria in which I have listed out, if my application is going to if it is going to compile to this any listed criteria, then my patent application will not even be processed. So if I have satisfied, or if I have cleared this criteria, then there is 3 stages for which the grant of patent will be given. So according to patent office, they will be considering 3 considerations. So what are all those 3 considerations are? Novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability. So these are all the 3 things which a patent document will be verified in a deep, so that if my application is going to satisfy these 3 criteria, then I will be given a patent grant. So now we are going to look at how will patent document have to be drafted. And before that, I just want to make a clear clarity. What is meant by novelty? What is meant by inventive step? And what is meant by industrial applicability? So in any kind of applications, or any kind of patent applications, we can easily clear novelty and industrial applicability. The criteria which most of the inventions will be getting blocked, or the criteria which acts as a hurdle for most of the application, is inventive step. So you can just see the name novelty and inventive step. It looks almost close. So in general, if we look, it is close, but according to the Indian Patents Act, they have clearly defined and differentiated the difference between novelty and an inventive step. So for example, consider that I have a chemical product. So the product is having a chair with an umbrella. So in such a way that so I'm having I have came up with a product that a product is having a chair along with an umbrella. So this chair can be used in an open space, so that I can just sit in my terrace in an open space, sitting in the chair below that umbrella, and I can watch the rain scenario, so I can enjoy the scenario. So this is the product which I have came. So now the third criteria is industrial applicability, which means that the product has to be applied in any one place. That is, it has to be used by the people, or the product must be able to manufacture by an industry. Now, what I have claimed is a product. It can manufacture through an industry, and it is also going to be used by the people. So I have cleared the third criteria, which is industrial applicability. Second one, first one is novelty. In case of novelty, they'll be searching for any kind of printed documents. That is, all the sources that are available in e-content. It can be a patent document, which earlier Prabhuram sir was discussing. So patent search. It can be even a journal. It can be even a blog. It can be even a magazine. So any kind of printed documents. So in case of, for example, sir, a patent, a drafting, and a journal, both the process will be almost same. That is, a technical journal will be having both the process will be same. But in case of a technical journal, they will be just referring to a earlier published journal, earlier published technical content. Whereas in case of a patent, they'll be searching for all forms of e-contents. So it is not only restricted to granted patents. It also includes a journal publication. It also includes even a blog by a people. It also includes even a website content in which, for example, consider our website, our institution website. We have published what we have already published as a patent. So all these kinds of e-content will be considered as a prior or top step. So now consider, coming back to this example, a chair with an umbrella. So the patent office will be searching for all the documents related to what I have claimed as an invention. So if they are able to see an invention with only chair, and then other document with only an umbrella. So a chair is having certain features, and an umbrella as an individual product, it is having a certain features. But what I have claimed is that a chair with an umbrella, it is having a different feature. So what is the feature? I can sit in the rain in an open terrace, and I can enjoy the scenario. Whereas in case of a chair, it is not possible. Whereas in case of an umbrella, I can stand below the umbrella, but I cannot sit and watch. So my feature, what I have claimed through this invention, it is having a novelty when compared with chair as an individual product and an umbrella as an individual product. So in that way, my product is clearing the first criteria, that is novelty. Now the second criteria, the inventive step. Now what the patent office or the patent examiner will do, that they will be just comparing these two documents, that is an umbrella as an individual product and a chair as an individual product. They'll be comparing this both, and they'll be coming to a conclusion that what I have claimed as an invention, there is no any inventive step. It is just a mix of these two products. So a chair as an individual product and umbrella as an individual product, I have just mixed, or I have just brought in together as a single product. There is no any invention. So there is an obviousness, that is a mere improvement. There is no any advanced improvement in the product which I have claimed. So this is where most of the inventions will be getting blocked, or the second criteria will be the biggest hurdle for all kind of inventions. So probably I have made a better clarity what is meant by novelty, what is meant by inventive step, and what is meant by industrial applicability. So these are all the three criteria which an invention must be clearing so that I'll be granted a patent. So hopefully I have made a clarity that for processing an application, what are all the criteria to be cleared. And for grant of a patent, I have made a clarity that what are the three criteria which I have to clear. So now we look into the patent drafting, sir, the structure of patent. So how a patent structure will be looking like. So I just want to show with an example of what we have already drafted, sir. So before explaining about this, a patent draft must be having certain components, sir. So I'll just explain what are those components. First one is an abstract. So, and before going to this patent drafting, I just want to make a clarity that drafting a patent, it is not a big deal at all. It is not a big deal at all. It is an easy task. So with the help of a project report, we can draft a patent. But there are few essences which we have to add. So just a small modifications in the structure of the draft we have to make, and all the complete draft can be taken from a project report, sir. So it is not a big task at all. It is an easy task with a few modifications in the structure of the document. So now we'll move into what are all the components that must be present in a patent document. So first one is abstract. So for example, consider you're going to file a patent for your project. So your project report will be having an abstract, and you can have that same abstract in your patent drafting, provided if you want to add some more or if you want to make some modifications, that is up to you. So you can make some modifications. As we all know that, what is the meaning of abstract? It is just going to give an overview of our invention. So while drafting or while typing a project report, the only thing you have to consider is that while writing a project report, you are going to write it for your project. And while drafting your patent, you are going to consider it to be a product, your invention. So that is the major difference that we must have in our mind. While drafting a project report, we are going to consider it to be a project, and we are going to draft it accordingly. In case of a patent draft, we are going to consider it to be a product, and we are going to draft accordingly. So the first one is we are going to consider the abstract, sir. So positively, an abstract, it should not exceed 1 page for a patent draft. So a maximum of 1 page, and if you have drafted that abstract, at the bottom of this page, all the applicants have to sign here, sir. So in our college, all the inventors are considered to be the applicants. So all the inventors or all the applicants have to sign in the document. So the first document or the first component which is required for drafting a patent is your abstract, sir. Now we'll move on to the second one. So the second one is our draft, our descriptive part. So what are all the components that our descriptive part should have? First one is the title of the email. So I just want to make a clarity to all. I have noticed in our institute, while filing a patent, I was able to see the title of the invention to be exactly the project title. And I make a request that don't exactly put the title of the project. Once again, I'm telling you, you consider your invention to be a product, and accordingly you coin the title. And before coining the title, I just want to make one more clarity, which I have already told in the webinar, that is an orientation on introduction to IPR. So don't coin a general title. You can coin it in a different or in a technical way. So for example, consider I'm having a pen. I have invented a pen. This pen is capable of writing what I'm thinking. So I'm going to think something to write, and this pen automatically what it's going to do, if I'm going to hold the pen, it is going to write what I'm thinking. So it is an invention. Now I cannot claim or I cannot coin the title as a digital pen, because it is a general name. I have to coin the name in a different way. A writing tool. A writing tool. So a writing tool means a writing tool can be a pen or pencil, a chalk, so whatever it may be. I'm not confining my title to a single writing tool. So it can be a different name. So you coin accordingly your title based on your pattern search. So you can search with the help of keywords, and you can see different results, and you can surf what all the title they have given, and you can get some essence of those titles, and you can coin it in a different way. So to be more simple, for coining a title, it must be a complete, it takes 2 to 3 days. You must have a brainstorming session all with all your applicants or your inventors, so that for example we are going to conduct a conference. For the conference we are getting the title from a suggestion of the title from all the faculty members. So it's a brainstorming session. In a similar way, for coining the title of a patent document, we must have a certain a brainstorming session, so that our title is going to become more unique. So this is the first one, sir. We have to coin the title. Second one is the field of invention and use of invention. So where my invention is going to be used. What is the problem my invention is going to be addressed? So what is the purpose of this field of invention and use of invention in case of a patent draft is that, sir, it gives a clarity for the patent examiner in which category it has to move on. Because in a patent office, the patent examiners will be from different domain. So all those domain holders will be from different majors. For example, there will be examiners from chemistry, there will be examiners from physics, there will be examiners from engineering departments across the branches. There will be a mechanical examiner, there will be an electrical examiner, there will be electronics or a circuit or a communication, so whatever it may be. So there will be different experts based on the domain. So these patent document in general we are going to apply to a patent office, but the patent office have to send the document to the respective examiner. So in that way this field of invention will be helpful. So for example, consider removing an oil spill in ocean. So that is the problem we are going to address, and for that we have came up with a rover which is capable of segregating the oil spill with the help of some mechanical components. In that way, what the patent office have done is that they have categorized our invention into a mechanical division. So our field of invention is going to be mechanical. So for example, consider the first patent which we have applied through our institution is that a solar portable water purifier. So while drafting the pipeline in the field of invention, I have mentioned is that a mechanical domain, sir. But in patent office, what they have categorized is that as it is related to a water purifier, they have considered the application to be under chemistry domain. So the field of invention in which you are going to explain what is the problem that your invention is going to address and what is the field of your invention. With the help of that, they'll be categorizing to which domain expert the application have to go. So that will be the part which is going to be met out through this field of invention. Hopefully I have made a clarity on this field of invention. What is the purpose of invention? So you have to just tell what is the problem that is existing in the world and how your invention is going to address it. So this is a simple definition for this field of invention and the use of invention. And third one is novelty. As I have told earlier, the three criteria which a patent document has to meet out or it has to fulfill is that novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability. So in order to address the novelty of the invention, we have brought in the title or we have brought in the criteria that novelty of invention. In this novelty of invention, you can address what are all the new things or what are all the novel ideas you have brought in into this your patent document. So that is in your invention. For example, if you are going to consider an oil spill segregating rover, I just want to make a clarity before explaining this novelty. So this is a simple structure of the invention which you have filed for patent. So the structure which you are able to see here where the cursor is moving is the rover. So this rover will be made to float on the river or in a sea. So here you can see a wheel which is made of aluminum. So we all know that aluminum will be having a certain property to attract oils towards its surface because of surface tension. So in that way, if I'm going to make this wheel to rotate, the wheel will be getting contact with the seawater surface. If an oil is going to spill over the seawater surface, it will be getting floated due to low density. And this wheel will be getting contact with this oil that is getting floated on the seawater, and it will be removing or it will be getting contact with that oil, and those oil will be getting attracted towards this wheel. And once the wheel is coming to this portion, so here a pathway or a pave it is being provided here. Once this wheel is getting contacted in this position, the oil will be collected in this container. or in this collector. So this is a simple way of collecting that oil that is getting spilled over the seawater. We all know that 5 to 6 years back, how the seawater which has been spilled with oil has been removed. So we were using a buckets and we were removing the oil. So it created a lot of nuisance, and it created an imbalance in the life cycle of that seawater. So this is a technical advancement or a technical solution for that problem. So this is what the pattern which we have applied. Now I'm going to the novelty. So based on this information, we have drafted a certain points on novelty, sir. So the proposed design is simple and easily be applied to remove large quantity of oil. So if I'm going to use a bucket, it can collect a certain amount of oil. But if I'm going to use this rover, I can collect a large amount of oil. It is environmental friendly and it doesn't harm the aquatic life. So obviously, when compared with the conventional method of pulling out the oil, or if I'm going to use any technology or a plan to remove the oil, it is going to affect an aquatic system in some way. So when compared with that effect, this rover will be having a least effect or no effect on the aquatic life. And third one is the proposed design can be easily installed in all the boats. It can be easily installed. So in that way, we have coined the novelties that is related to our invention. So what are all the possible novelties you have to coin based on your own invention? Now the fourth step is the innovative feature. So what is the innovativeness or the inventive step which we have added in this? So in that way, you have to make a clarity that your invention is not a mere invention. That is, it is not just a simple improvement. It must have a better efficiency. For example, if I'm having an engine, the engine is capable of generating efficiency of 35%. And if I'm going to claim that the invention is going to, that is the invention which was made by me, it is going to give an improvement of 45 to 50%. It is a greater improvement. Almost I'm going to improve the efficiency around 80% than the existing one. It is a big improvement. In that way, you have to coin your innovative future. So what is the innovativeness you have brought in there? And based on that innovative feature, what is going to be the improvement? So, and that improvement must not be a mere improvement. It must have a remarkable or a benchmark improvement. In that way, you have to project it. So that is the fourth one, the innovative feature. Now the fifth one is background of invention. So what for your invention is? So you have to explain. So it's simple to that in our project report, we used to write about the literature survey. So before the literature survey, we used to have a certain paragraph. We'll be explaining about the problem which our invention or our project is going to identify. In that way, you have to coin this background of innovation. So in this case, what we have made as a background is like these oil spill will be affecting this life cycle or life or the biodiversity in sea, and this will cause a lot of problems. In that way, we have framed this document, and based on that, what are all the three classes of oil spill in a sea? So the first class is a small oil spill. The second class is an oil spill and oil slick were associated with ship incidents. And the third one is if there is going to be an unacceptable actions. So in this way, the oil spill is being categorized into three classes, and all those things have been given as the background of the invention. So this is the fourth one which we have to made in, the fifth one which we have to come into the component of this pattern drafting. So sixth one is existing state of art, which we all know that it is similar to the literature survey. You can either refer to a patent document, or you can refer to a journal paper, or you can refer to a blog, or you can refer to some other printed materials. It can be a magazine or anything it may be. So you can refer it and you can coin it here. So this is the existing state of art that is related to an invention. So it is exactly what we are going to write in our project report. In project report, we'll be constrained only to journal papers. The difference in patent document is that it is not going to constrain with a patent that is a journal document. It is going to wide open for all form of e-documents. And the next one is we have to write about the drawbacks of the existing, which means that the inference we used to have in our journal paper. So we'll be writing a literature survey, and there we'll be having a research gap analysis. That is what we are going to coin as a drawbacks of existing state of art. So we have referred certain documents or a set of documents for our pattern search through the pattern search, and with the reference to all these surfing, what is the problem that is existing in this field. So in that way, I have to coin what is the drawback of existing state of art, and how this drawback is going to be overcome through my invention. So this is what I have to write in the 7th part of this pattern draft, sir. And then next one is the societal application of the invention. That is, we have to meet out the 3rd criteria, which is industrial applicability. In that way, we have addressed in this invention that how our product or how our invention is going to be used for this society. So that is what we have addressed in the 8th part of this invention. Now the 9th one is brief description of your drawing, sir. So the drawings have to be a separate document, sir. So drawing have to be a separate document. It must have the design view in 2D component. If you want to make your design to be in a better clarity, you can have a 3D, but the mandate is that you must have the 2D view of your design, and the projection of view is also, it is up to you. So if you want to project in all the views, all the 6 views, right side view, left side view, front view, rear view, top view, bottom view, and 7th one is isometric view. If you want to project all the 7 views, you can project it. Or if you think that if my invention is going to look same in front view and back view, you can restrict to any one of you. So that is up to you. So in this invention, we have made in all forms of view, including the isometric view. So the first one, what you have to made is that what you have to coin is that you have to design your invention, and you have to number it, the components, what are all the major components, you have to number itself. So this is what you have to do, and apart from that, you have to give a clear isometric view if you think it is mandate or if you think it is required, and followed by the other sides of view. And what is the important thing which we have to include in our diagram view is that at the top you have to mention all the applicant's name, and in the right top corner you must have the number of pages. If I'm having 12 pages for diagram alone, I have to specify page 1 of 12, page 2 of 12, page 3 of 12, and the next one is below that you must have a provision for application number, which will be filled by the patent office, and the seat number, that is the page number. Once again, they are asking in this format as a seat number, and followed by at the bottom right corner we have to have a space for signature of the applicants, all the applicants. So this is how a typical diagrammatic representation of a patent draft will be looking like. And once again, I'm stressing that it is up to you. You can decide what are all the views we can project. And we have also made a photographic image of the prototype, which has been fabricated in our institute. So this is the diagrammatic representation, and for the diagram you have to give a brief description of the drawing. So what is figure 1 is showing, what is figure 2 is showing, what is figure 3 is showing. So this is the simple description of the brief description of the drawings, and in this description you have to include the word embodiment. So why this word is important is that in patent draft, or a patent draft is not just a technical document, it's a techno-legal document. So we have to bring in certain legal terms into the patent draft, and one of such word is that embodiment. So, and to be frank, we are not familiar with all kinds of the legal words which we have to bring in. These legal words which we have brought in our draft is that what we have learned through referring various patent drafts. So various patent documents. So one of the words, such word is that embodiment. So embodiment is an inclusion. It is a synonym of inclusion. So the word is embodiment. So you have to coin or include the word embodiment. The left side view of the embodiment illustrated in figure 1. So figure 1. So left. So we have given the name as 1, 2, 3, 4 in the first page of the document, and based on the first figure, we have included figure 3, 4, 5, 6 as the front view, side view, left side view, rear view, top view of embodiment illustrated in figure 1. That is, in figure 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we are referring the view based on the first figure. So in first figure, we have shown the that is the isometric view, and for that isometric view, we have projected the left side view, we have projected the right side view. In that way, we have to describe in the brief description of this document. Next one is the detailed description, which means that how each and every component is assembled. So for example, I will be having component 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 will be connected with 2, 2 will be connected with 4, and 4 will be connected with 3. There won't be any contact between that is a part 1 and part 4. So I have to explain how the parts are getting connected, how the assembly of my invention is getting connected in the detailed description of the preferred embodiments, that is detailed description of my invention. And last one is operation and working. So you can make it as a single title, sir. As I have told earlier, we are not still exposed in pattern drafting. We have just made certain few learnings, and based on this learning, after filing this document, we came to know that there is no difference between operation and working. So you can bring it as a single title, and here you have to explain what is your invention and how it is going to function. So you are going to explain the detailed functioning of your patent, that is your invention. So these are all the inclusions you must have in your patent documents. And the last one, which the important one of this patent drafting, is that I'm sorry I have taken a few more minutes. I'm sorry for that. I'll be completing or concluding within 5 more minutes. I'm sorry for this excess time. So the last important thing which every patent document have to include is claims. Sir, if your patent application is going to be examined by a patent examiner, the only thing which is going to protect your document is your claims. Claims are the legal boundary for your invention. So for example, consider, sir, I'm going to purchase a land, and in that land, I have to define my boundary. So in my document, or in my legal document, or in my land document, in the deed, the length of or the area that is being covered for my land will be detailedly described based on the direction. Towards east, what is the length? Towards west, what is the length? And who is and which land is the nearer land? All these things will be included in the deed of my land document, which helps me to define the boundary of my land. In a similar way, for defining boundary of my invention, this claim is the important thing which is going to helpful for us. So for example, if I'm being granted with a patent, and some other inventor is going to come in, and they are going to claim that what the grant has to be, that is a grant being given to him, it is an invention, or it is a thing which I have already made. In that way, if they're going to sue a case against you, and if they're going to claim you as an infringer, in that way, the remaining description or the drawings, it is not going to help in any way. The only thing which is going to legally help an inventor is the claim, sir. So claim is that you have to define what is your invention is about. For example, I have invented we have invented this this rover, an oil spill cyclical rover. Consider we have made certain mechanical components. In future, some other inventor, they are going to look into our invention, and if they are going to upgrade the same rover with an automation, then if in this claim, if I'm going to claim that, for example, I have made a hydraulic motion with a hydraulic piston and cylinder alignment for this particular rover. In this claim, I'm going to claim that if the hydraulic cylinder is going to be replaced by pneumatic cylinder for better efficiency, then that invention will also come into my boundary of invention. That is my boundary of claim. I have to define it in this claim. Then if some other inventor is going to design a same rover which is having a better efficiency by only replacing the hydraulic motion or a hydraulic mechanism with a pneumatic mechanism, they cannot claim that it is their own invention. So positively or hopefully I have made a clarity about this claim. So in claims, there are two different claims there. One is dependent claim, and the second one is independent claim. So independent claim will be the first claim. So you have to define what is your invention is about and what are all the components your invention is going to include. And in the second, third, and followed by the remaining claims, those claims will be called as an dependent claim. So for example, consider the second claim which we have drafted here, sir, the proposed aluminum wheel of claim 1. So in claim 1, we have specified that the oil spill segregating rover, it is having the assembly consists of an aluminum wheel, a motor, a scrubber. So in first claim, we have defined what are all the components present in my invention. In second claim, I'm going to explain only about the aluminum wheel. So I'm going to write in such a way that the aluminum wheel of claim 1. So I have referred to claim number 1. In that way, the second claim will be considered to be a dependent claim because I'm having a cross reference to claim 1. So in first claim, you have to define only what are all the components available in your invention. And in second, third, and followed by the remaining claims, you have to define what are all the individual components is having an innovative feature, or what is the way you are going to define the boundary. For example, in second claim, for example, consider I'm going to specify about the mechanism. So in second claim, I'll be explaining that the proposed mechanism which is being claimed in claim 1 can be replaced by a pneumatic motion also. So in my invention, I have brought in a hydraulic motion. In through claim 2, I'm extending my boundary that if this hydraulic motion is being replaced by a pneumatic motion, then that is also, and that will also be covered into my own invention. So claim is a simple thing which is going to protect your invention in future. So if someone is going to be, because we know that the difference between an invention and innovation in this technical world, almost 90% or even 95% of all the new products are only innovation. So the invention rate is getting declined. So all the innovation is nothing but an improvement to the existing product. In that way, how we are going to define defend our own invention with a claim. So these are all the components which we have to bring into this patent draft. And once again, I have taken almost 45 minutes. With this 45 minutes, hopefully I have given the clarity about how a structure of a patent draft will be looking like. And one more thing I would like to add is that what are all the legal forms which we have to fill in before filing a patent document. Along with this patent draft, there are certain forms which we have to fill. There are three mandate forms, that is form 1, 2, and 18. I just show the forms. Within a couple of minutes, I'll be completing. I'm sorry for this time delay. So this is the form 1. This explains about who are all the inventors, who are all the applicants. So the space where we have to fill in is that here you have to tick the ordinary application. And second one is that you have to fill in the details of the inventors. So all the inventors details have to be specified here. So here, all the inventors, that is in our institute, all the applicants will be the inventors. In that way, we have to give the address as the respective department's address. So we have brought in all the inventors. And here the third one is the category of the applicant. We all are natural person. For example, we are the inventors, and if our institute is going to be the applicant, means then we have to tick the small entity. So a small entity, in that way we have to tick this. The natural person will not be coming in. And the fourth one is the inventors. All the inventors are same as applicants, means we can tick yes, then we can proceed to other. So for example, if the applicant is going to be the institute, means we have to tick no, and below this we have to give the description of the institute name. So who is going to be the applicant? So that details we have to provide. Next one is the title of the invention, and followed by the next thing, the address for service of applicant. So where the address of communication have to be given, and followed by the last one is we have to go for this signature. So here we'll be specifying what is the complete specification, number of pages, how many number of claims we have given, what is the number of pages of claim, abstract, drawings, and drawing pages, and what is the fee that we are going to pay. So these are all the things we have to include in the form number 1. And at the end of this form number 1, we have to sign. All the inventors, or I'm sorry, all the applicants have to sign. The second one is form 2. Form 2 is just a description of your invention. Either it is a provisional invention or a complete invention. So here once again you have to give the description of all the applicants, and you have to choose whether you are going for provisional or complete. So it is a complete filing which we have made. So we have given the description, and apart from that we have to enclose the details of the other documents. So the description we have attached as a separate document. So I have mentioned as description is enclosed. The claims are enclosed in separate sheets. Date and signature provided at the end of the description. Abstract, it is also enclosed as a separate sheet. So these are all the things which have to be filed with form number 2. And last one is form 18, which is mandate 1, which is the there is a request for examination which every patent application should have. So here also we have to fill the details of applicants, and at the end we have to sign here. So we have to sign here. So this is a form 18. These are all the 3 mandate forms, sir. And form number 9 is up to the applicant. So if you want to make your document to be available in the journal, that is the journal of patents, in an earlier stage, because every applied document will be made for a mandate 18 months waiting. If you want to make your document to be made available to public through the official journal of this patent office, you can go for this request for fast publication. That is a fast track publication which costs around 2,750 rupees. In that you have to fill in the details of your all the applicants and title of your invention, and at the end you have to sign it. So these are all the 4 documents which is to be enclosed along with this patent drafting, sir. And the last thing which I want to show here is that the fee structure, as we have as we have already seen, 8,900 is the fee including the form number 9. Now apart from that, if my patent document excluding all the forms, including abstract, claims, patent draft, and the description of drawings, if my document is going to exceed 30 pages, for every 1 page, that is after 30, for every page I have to pay an additional of 160 rupees. And for my invention, the maximum allowable claim without fee is 10. For every claim after 10, I have to pay 320 rupees. So this is the entire structure of this patent draft, sir. And hopefully I have given a simple essence how a patent draft have to be, how a patent structure of the draft should be made. I have given the essence. So with this, I would like to conclude. And once again, I'm sorry for taking 17 minutes excess than the time that has been given. So thank you all. If you have any clarifications, we are open here. You can ask. So once again, thank you for all the faculty members who gave us this opportunity to share what we have learned. Thank you all.
It's a very nice presentation, sir. Rupa sir, we have a question in chat box.
Thank you, sir.
We have a question in chat box that can you say the difference between design pattern and idea pattern?
Yes, I can tell, sir. Madam, actually, in India, we are considering design as a different IP registration and patent as a different IP registration. All the ideas cannot be patented because an idea must be converted into a product. So in examination, for example, if I'm going to file a patent, I have just given the drawings and description of my invention, and I'm going to file a patent. And after filing, after a certain period of time, so now they are taking around 2 years of time for examining the patent, and after 2 years, they are giving the first statement of objection. Earlier it was called as first examination report, and after the amendment made in Patents Rule 2003 in the year 2016, it has been called as first statement of objection. It is called as first statement of objection. So in first statement of objection, it is almost equal to the review comments that we are getting for our journal paper. The reviewer will be having certain clarifications, and we have to address that clarification. We'll be having a 6 months period of time to address the first statement of objection. And if the examiner is satisfied with our reply, he will be granting the patent. If after replying to the first statement of objection, even now the examiner is not getting satisfied with the answer or the the justification given by us, he'll be calling that particular applicant in person. So for example, if I'm going to apply my patent application in Chennai office, and for this administrative purpose, if it is going to be sent for Delhi office for this processing, then I can go in person to Chennai office. They'll be enabling, or they'll be giving me that is the infra for video conferencing, and there I have to meet the examiner one-to-one, and I have to explain. Even in that case, if the examiner is not satisfied on the face-to-face, then he'll be asking us to bring the product. So in that stage, we'll be getting locked. So it is always to be on safer side. We can make a product, and or if we are not able to complete the product, I'm just having an idea, I can go for provisional filing. And after provisional filing, we'll be having 12 months of time. We can complete our invention, then we can go for complete filing. So that is all about patent, ma'am. And second one is the design. In India, there is no any term called design patent. In India, it is legally called as design registration. For a design registration, there is no need of any technological solution, just an appearance. For example, I'm having a water bottle. The water bottle is in the shape of an Eiffel Tower. Then that can be registered under design. And I'm having a water bottle which is having a shape of that is a Pisa tower. Then it can be registered under design. But that is in a design registration, it is not mandate to have any technological solution for a problem. So for example, you can consider a Fanta bottle. So you can hold the bottle at below the neck. So the holdability will be enhanced when compared with a Fanta bottle than a Miranda bottle. It cannot be considered as a technological advancement, but the appearance is being changed in a Fanta bottle. Only the external appearance is applicable for design registration. Whereas in case of a patent, it must be a technological solution. Whereas in US, these designs is called as design patents. In case of India, according to our legal system, or according to our Patents Act 1970, there is no any term called design patent. It is design registration, which is completely different from a patent, that is a patent document or a patent grant.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
So faculty members, if you have still any queries, you please ask the same. So otherwise, we will formally close the session. You can unmute yourself, or you please put your questions in chat box. So Arun sir, so there is no any queries, so straight away coming out of time, sir. So on behalf of RIT Research Council, IST faculty chapter, and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all, extremely sincere thanks to Almighty for making today's orientation program a resounding success. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our resource person, Mr. G. Program, AP Senior Grade, and Mr. Arun Kumar, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering, who spared their time to grace the occasion over online platform. Sir, today we had a fruitful opportunity to hear your talks regarding patent search and drafting, and this will surely be going to encourage all of our faculty members in their future endeavors, especially in registering patents with the help of our students' project. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Program, sir. Thank you, Arun Kumar, sir. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Principal Dr. Ganesan sir, Vice Principal Dr. Rajaganathan sir, and Research Council Coordinator Dr. Skandan sir, and the members who worked behind the screen for their solid support to conduct this orientation program in a well-defined manner. Last but not least, a big thanks to all the faculty members who attend this orientation program. So please fill the feedback form, which is already posted in chat box. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. We will formally close the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you also.